Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our Jurassic RimWorld Let's Play. So I've gotten some work done off camera, nothing huge, but some important things that we've been slowly progressing with. So I'll run you guys through those, and then I'll look into this Bandit camp quest. We're probably not going to do it right away, but those quests do last forever, so there's no real rush on that, although that may have changed in 1.0, so we'll have to look at it. So anyways, the most important thing I think I've gotten done is cleaning. So Dr. Ayala is basically just cleaning full time right now, and Nedry has taken over her research shifts. But we finally got this place clean. It was utterly filthy before, and so it looks much better now. We've got it mostly cleaned out. We've moved the large beds out of here into here and got some more built. And so the only person not living in the hotel right now is Woody, because he is frequently researching. We've made decent progress on Lion's resistance, so we're down to 19. It was, I think, at like 30 something before. So we're getting there, but she'll be a welcome addition. She can eventually craft. She's like 4 right now with passion for it, so we can probably level that up pretty quickly. And then she's a fighter as well, so we'll basically have her as part of our security and trapping team, and then when she's not out doing that stuff, she can be maintaining weapons and whatnot. Anyways, we've got this going. I have been researching mostly water related stuff. So we have septic tanks now. I'm trying to get an electric pump so that we can start pumping water with electricity. The other option is wind, which we already have. But I want these things to be indoors, and so wind is not really a viable option for that. And then we're going to do sewage sludge composting so that we can actually make some use of the sludge that we're producing other than just outright burning it. And from there, I'll see what we decide to do. I would like to research more weapon production so that we can start producing like actual useful firearms. Right now we can only really make like pistols and a couple of other things. But I'd like to be able to start making our own assault rifles. And to do that we need a high-tech research bench, which we have the technology for, we just haven't built it yet, because once I place it I can't move it like I can with this one. So I want to put it in the place where it will be permanently. And so I've done a bit of planning over here. I think these are going to be sort of our research areas. You can see that there's buildings here, and I didn't really finish the back end of this. But this is a building, and then this is going to be sort of just open courtyard type space. This is the walkway here, so that 5 wide walkway that we've got going off like that. So it'll be a nice paved path. And then this will be, you know, outdoor seating areas or something like that. It'll enter into the building here. I have a water well set up right there because that's a pretty ideal spot for it. So we'll have that enclosed in the building. We'll also have a geothermal generator in there. But we'll have other stuff in there as well, including, I believe, our high-tech research bench. And then up here, I think we're going to use this building more for our genetics experiments and whatnot. So that'll be like the genetics building. This will be the more generic research, I think. What else? I've got little areas off the sides of the hotel here. These are going to be glass doors like this. This did work and make an interior space, by the way. So these glass fences and doors can be used in place of, glass fences and gates can be used in place of walls and doors once you roof them off. So this is an interior. So with that, I'm going to take more glass gates, put them on these ends, and they're going to open into little patios where people can sit and eat and stuff like that, just to add a bit of luxury to our hotel. And then I decided to put the bathrooms over here. I don't know what I'm going to use this space for, but I'll figure something out. And then on this side, I think we're going to have a little bar area. So I might have a small freezer. I'm going to put some fermenting barrels along the back, and then a counter with probably little rim fridges where we can store beer and things of that nature. And then we'll have seating so people can grab a beer and come sit down and relax. And then I'd like to have some sort of like welcome area, but I don't know if that's necessary really, because there's no real way to make it function, but we'll see. If not, we can just decorate this with some art or something so at least people have something to look at. And what else? I've got some benches down here for the RN stuff, so we can make a few guns right now. Various grenades and a few weapons, including an M60, so if we want a medium machine gun, there we go. In the rifleman bench, we only have access to the ballistic knife right now because we need precision rifling in order to continue with that. And then obviously with the apparel, we have everything. I keep meaning to add the mod that gives me previews. I need to do that so I can see what a lot of that stuff looks like. And I haven't really made any progress with the UN colony stuff, but we did get a bunch of steel plates dropped on us, so we have a bunch of steel plates. We just need to actually start processing them into stuff. Alright, so with the, oh, one more thing. A bunch of dachshunds decided to self-tame, like a lot of them. And so what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna turn a lot of them into food, and I'll keep one as a pet. And so of the dachshunds that have self-tamed, I like the name Caddy the best. So everything else is gonna go bye-bye. I need to make sure I don't accidentally butcher my dog here, my German Shepherd. But everything else that is a miniature dachshund can get turned into food. Except for that one. We'll train that one. We'll use it for hauling and stuff, I guess. It can be somebody's pet. So keeping Beatrice, obviously. Keeping Mariachi. The boars are reproducing pretty well, and I think I have another way to supplement their food output. Oh, it looks like we had a fire there. There was a thunderstorm, so I'm not surprised. But I've added the fishing industry mod, and so we can actually produce fish to use for kibble as well. So we won't be solely reliant on the boars for our, proteins, which is great because even with how quickly boars reproduce, we were going to run into trouble eventually. We've also been slowly recovering our steel supply. We've mined out a good portion of that and a good portion of this. There's more steel up here, actually quite a bit of it, and more steel down here. So we will get there eventually, and even more steel there as well. I've also been mapping out areas for a quarry, and it looks like we can drop one in right there. And potentially, if we mine all this out, we can put them in here and other places too. So there's actually a few places where we can put quarries down, and we'll have a couple. It doesn't make as much sense in this playthrough as it does in other playthroughs, but I think we will keep a prison because people will eventually attack us, like in this case. And rather than having them just lay in bed all day, it's worth putting them to work, even if that means... oh, they're eating all my corn. Little bastard dogs. It's worth putting them to work even if it's a temporary thing, so maybe they serve their time and we let them go. Or, just until they're recruited, stuff like that. But, again, at least we're making them somewhat productive in the meantime. And, of course, the quarries give us access to resources that we may deplete otherwise. So they are useful in that respect. So what do we need to do today? I think as soon as he finishes that research, we're going to try to set up some plumbing. In the meantime, let's look at this. Oh, so this one is time sensitive. Alright, so Renaro, chief of Union of Kana, has sent us a message. Apparently bandits based in a nearby camp have been raiding their caravans. They've asked us to destroy it, which means eliminating all enemies and turrets. The outpost is guarded by 2 enemies. They'll give us a painkiller rib replacement and a bionic spine. If we don't do it in 18 days, they will do it themselves. So show me where this is. Oh, I missed the accent marks there. That's the Union of Kanya, I think. So anyways, let's see. Okay, so we have 15 days left, and it would take us 2.3 days to get there. So we can kind of take our time and decide. You guys are welcome to weigh in. I am a bit reluctant to send people out on these sorts of things so early because we don't have a great defense set up for our base. In fact, we basically have none other than people with guns, the same people that we'd be sending. And I also don't have a lot of food that... Wow, we are surrounded by pretty much all hostiles. I don't have a lot of food to send with them. In fact, I don't know if we have anything packaged up that they could take. I'd have to see how far those go, but we'd need at least 5 days worth, probably more realistically like 8. So I don't think we will be out of time by the end of this episode, so let's just keep playing. You guys are free to weigh in on that decision in the comments, and then in the next episode I will make a decision. Oh, more cargo pods. Some free steel, cool. So I'm apparently not the only one getting cargo pods rained on them constantly. This seems to be a pretty common thing based on what a few people have told me in the comments. So that makes me feel a little bit better. Alright, our electric pumps are done. Let's choose a new research project. Sort of a temporary one. I mean, it's not temporary. We're going to do it regardless, but let's do drill for oil. Oh, I already have sludge composting. Right. We'll drill for oil too. That'll be helpful. Okay. So that's going to be under here, I believe. There it is, the electric pump. So it's going to pump 1,500 liters a day. We want it out here. I don't know how exactly this needs to be set up. Does it need to be adjacent? Does it just need to be connected to the pump system somewhere? I think let's do it here. We're going to do steel plumbing because stone is not really accessible. So we'll have that. And then we should be able to pump into the walls. So this empty space here is going to be a wall. I've got to figure out how I want to do this. Because I definitely need it over here. I want to have toilets and sinks in there. But I also need somewhere to store this water. So I wish it told you how much these hold. It's like this, I think, needs to be outdoors. Let's see, and I can't rotate everything. It wouldn't be bad right there necessarily. So it could have its own little water storage thing there. These, I assume, are going to hold significantly less because they're a lot smaller. So let's just do a... Do I want a wooden one or a steel one? Let's do wooden because we have plenty of wood. That will make this flammable, of course, but I'm not that concerned about it. And then we're going to run steel plumbing into the wall and to that. So something like that. Then from here, I'll have to decide like where exactly I want this. But ideally we want it to run into the walls here. That's the important thing. And I guess I could snake it along this. I just don't want it to be super visible. But it might not be visible at all, actually. So let's do that. It's not super efficient, but we'll make that work. So I think that's how we set it up, and then once that gets built, hopefully that's no longer visible. We'll also want basins and toilets, obviously, but let's get the plumbing set up first, and then we'll worry about that. Also, we're going to need a water heater, but that is not really relevant for the toilets. What is relevant for the toilets is waste. So we need a septic tank. Slowly cleans sewage over time. Sewage is directed to septic tanks first. If it reaches full capacity, then excess sewage is sent to sewage outlets. So we want a steel septic tank. So fairly large. Let's see. Could put it in a room like that. But I'd rather it just get pumped outside. So like to here. I don't know that I want that in that spot though. I could pump it back over here. The issue is, do I need it on a loop? Does this work like electricity where it all just kind of flows, or does it need to be in a loop? That's the real question. I guess let's put it here and we'll see what happens. Okay, so they're getting the plumbing down first. And I'm curious to see if it's visible outside once they're built. Obviously in the walls they're not. But if it's anything like the conduits, it can be a bit of an eyesore, and so I'm not super excited about that. Yeah, they are visible. So we're going to need to put something over it. Not walls, but I could sort of fence this in. I wish there was like nice looking fencing. I have these wooden fences, which aren't terrible. But it'd be cool to have like a sort of like gazebo style fence that I could use as like decorative stuff here, because I don't want this. I guess it could be accessible to the walkway. I don't see any reason why it shouldn't be. But I'm pretty excited about this because we're going to have actual running water instead of just using latrines. Oh god, there's just like dead dachshunds everywhere. It looks like we're a little bit full on meat. It's actually overflowing. Let's get that dachshund meat cooked up, and then we can use some dog leather for furniture, as dark as that sounds. Okay. So there's the pump. Oh right, we need to power it, of course. So let's get some power over there. It was something that we're going to have to do eventually anyways, because this is going to be a building. So we'll run a conduit there. The question is, where do I want to run? I guess I'll just have this follow. We'll just run the same route as that. I don't see any reason not to, and then we can obviously run it through the wall there too. But that'll get us some power. That power should run the pump should run the water and start filling this. And again, at some point we will need to put a water heater on there. But for now, I'm not that concerned about it. Let's just get the water flowing first. Oh, he's going to build the septic tank. Okay, works for me. Can we get the rest of these conduits done? He's just grabbing the steel straight from there. That's fine, I guess. And how are we on stone? Can I make marble toilets, or are we going to need steel toilets? Or even wooden toilets at this rate. Let's see. Why are we not... we should be just cutting anything. You know what? It's probably because I don't have anything marked. So let's grab these. And no, I do have marble marked up there. Weird. Yeah, we should be moving it. It's just not moving. But ideally, I'd like to make them out of marble. But steel will suffice. Okay, good. He got that one. I'm also going to need to light these. That's another thing I wasn't too sure about. Because I think using a chandelier would be a bit awkward in there. Let's see. That's furniture plus. What about regular furniture? I could do... a 2x2 that takes up the whole thing. Seems excessive. But that's really it. Yeah, there's really nothing else. Which is kind of a shame, honestly. Let's see. Rimkia. No lighting there. Light strung on fabric. Not very bright, but sure pretty. Okay. Now, they don't need to be super bright. The issue is... weird, it lets me build them in a wall? How's that work? I don't know. I'm not going to mess with that right now. I'm sure they can pee just fine in the dark. But eventually we will want to light those. Okay, so... what are we waiting on here? We're obviously missing power somewhere. The issue is where? Ah. Cancel that. And then it'll let me build the conduits we need. Okay. Perfect. And then we have water. And so I guess we're just going to make steel toilets for now. But we need to have something in there because we don't want them to continually use these latrines. I have limestone? No. Not enough anyway. So we're going to have steel toilets. Let's put the toilet there. And then we're going to do steel wash basins here. Okay, and then we have public restrooms. I'm really hoping that those 3 are enough for this whole hotel. I don't know. Oh, by the way, I completely forgot. Our new character. He's named Nedry in honor of the Jurassic Park character, since he kind of fit the description. At least a few people in the comments thought so. So we've named him Nedry. And I will be taking names for Lion as well when she joins us. Where's she at right now, by the way? Oh, that needs to get cleaned. Why did I click that? She's at 15.9. So we're getting there. We're getting there. She'll be joining us soon. Hopefully by the next episode or two, I will be doing a little bit of playing off camera like I've been doing, just to speed the grindy bits along. All the, you know, digging and less so with the building, although a lot of that has been happening off camera as well. In fact, we can start building some of this. So let's just keep it running. We will need to, and I should do this in advance. Oh, this terrain there can't, the terrain there can't support that. So let's get it built where we can. Oh, not there. My mouse is being laggy right now. Then we'll cancel that one because that shouldn't be there. We'll go to orders, chop wood, anything in this area, chop it, and then anything in that same area, we'll cut it down. We will need to terraform that area as well. So regular old soil is good enough. So that'll be there. Is that the only... oh, in that spot. Okay. And actually we can do this as well, because that'll need to get done eventually. Cool. So that gives us some stuff to do. Plenty of stuff to do, actually. I just need somebody to build these damn conduits. You're going to go mine some more. Virgil, can I have you do this like now? Because I want to make sure that this works. Okay, so we have power. And we have water. Cool. So there we go. Now, when we get these built, they'll actually be able to use them. Granted, it's only going to be cold water right now, but that's fine. Yeah, there we go. Our first test poop. It's taking a second for them to actually find the water. Like, you definitely have water. So let's see. Oh, the toilet's not. Okay. So just for the sake of redundancy, let's run plumbing in there like that as well. Yeah, I can't believe I didn't think of that. Luckily over here the toilet connected it, but we need to make sure that they're all connected all the time. Not just some of them some of the time. Okay, cool. So we're getting some of our terraforming done. I probably should have waited on that just so that they'd prioritize this, because that was obviously sort of secondary. But there we go. And I think I'm going to have to do like a 1x1 chandelier, because that's the only thing that's not going to take up space in there. And we have no space to really mess with. Oh, not that one. So I think I'll just put it in front of the toilet like that. But that'll give them a bit of light. And now people can go to the bathroom. We don't need this anymore. Fecal sludge. We can kick it over. Oh, God. Yeah, let's tear that down. What's happening here? We don't have any fuel. Well, somebody can go fuel that. So, with the steel septic tank, we need a sewage outlet too, probably. I don't know where to put it, though, because it's literally just going to fall on the ground and people will have to shovel it into barrels. So, we ideally don't want to be doing that. If we're lucky, it will treat faster than we're filling it. It'll do 50 liters a day. Right now it's holding closer to 70. So we might very well have to set up some sort of... I guess it'll just fill up, right? And then somebody can drain it. We'll see. We'll see what happens, but I'm hoping that there are things we can do about it. Okay. So, how are we doing on this? I don't know that we've made a whole lot of progress on this lately. Nobody's really cutting stone. That's something that Lion could be doing for us if she would just join. I guess I could... I'm trying to think of... If this were in her space, we could have her cutting them while she's a prisoner. In fact, I might just move her into the hotel. I just need to make sure that this is enclosed. Okay, so that's done. Next project is drilling for oil, and that should take us a while. So hopefully by the time that project's done, I'll have a place to put down the high-tech research bench, and then we can transition all of our research over to that. But anyways, if I can get her set up somewhere where this is available, and we can store some chunks next to her, then I can have her cutting stone while she's a prisoner, and that would help at least a little bit. Although, I would have to have somebody set to warden. Oh no, we got malaria. 2 people. Ugh. Let's see. Use herbal medicine since we have a lot of it. And you should actually be set to self-tend. Granted, somebody else should really be doing that for you. Of course, my 2 doctors are the ones that get hit with it. So, you're already resting. Nedry, were you a decent doctor as well? No. Riker is, though. Yeah, you got a 9. I guess this is your chance. So, Riker, come treat Woody first. Go tend to him. And then tend to Ayala when you're done. But this being a jungle, we are going to need to deal with that at some point. And so generally what you want to do is, and I guess we can queue that up. We want to be able to produce Pt.9. Pt.9 will... Oh wait, that's the painkiller. Whoops. Wrong one. My research tree is just an absolute mess. It's penoxycycline, that's the one. So we want to be producing that and taking it fairly regularly. Otherwise, malaria is just going to be a constant issue for us. I think we have enough steel to go ahead and do this. I need the... Right. Deconstruct. Deconstruct. And what are you under again? Just want to make sure I'm doing the right one. Is it UN building? That's the glass partition and the glass door. No, we want UNC build. Yeah, I think I need this glass. Wait, what? Glass gate, glass gate. Okay, so yeah, I want that one. We got to put them in there. It's not going to let me do that until those are taken apart, though. So let's see. How is your malaria doing? Ooh. Think we're going to need to use the real medicine on this. Which is a real shame. His is doing better, I think, because we caught it earlier. Not that much earlier, granted. Okay, we'll see. But yeah, I'm going to do the real medicine just to be absolutely sure, because I would hate to have somebody die to malaria. That would just really suck. Okay, so we're doing our second treatment here. Riker is using the good medicine this time. And he's pretty much on top of it, so he did it right before the previous one ended. Woody's doing pretty well. His immunity's already doubled the infection. Hopefully he's off to go treat Dr. Ayala now. She's doing better, not as good as Woody, but her immunity has surpassed the infection at least. No, I need you to do this first, man. That's kind of important. Okay, so we'll get that final treatment in, and I think we'll call it a day. Oh, I forgot to put in a chair there. Okay, well, we got that done at least. I think this place is going to get kind of filthy since Dr. Ayala is not cleaning. But there we go. 95%. Not terrible. I mean, obviously that's really good, but not as good as 100%. So, that's where we'll leave it. Hopefully, we've got good news in the next episode with them being, you know, back up on their feet. We're not going to be getting any research done right now, although Nedry can help out. And then hopefully, by the next episode, Lion's resistance is gone, and we can try to recruit her. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time playing some RimWorld with you. And I look forward to seeing you guys back here for the next episode.